Welcome to the 359, where we talk about the top tech news of the day and all the other crap you want to throw in. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm Ben Fox Rubin.
It's finally here. Apple officially unveiled the iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus. Tomorrow we'll break down the Apple Watch Series 2, but today it's all about the iPhone. Ben, what'd you think?
I don't know. Was it any good? Was
there a thing?
Did you like it? I was glad it was over. We'd been talking about it for like months now.
I know.
We finally got to see what it was. So what was it?
There were no surprises, though.
There were no surprises.
Yeah.
The rumor mill had actually done its job quite well.
Yep.
I thought that...
Probably a little too well, because there were some disappointments. But we can get to that later.
Yeah? Well, okay, fine. Let's start with the camera then.
Yes.
What was it? So the camera, I thought they did a pretty interesting job with. They presented, what was it, the dual lens camera?
Yeah, the dual lens camera
for the Plus
on the 6 or the 7 Plus. Sorry. No, it's got a normal wide angle plus a telescopic lens. It allows you to zoom in like a 10x zoom without any degradation. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But the flip side there is that, or the downside is, you have to buy the Plus,
which I'm not in the market for, so
right.
I'm not
and
interested.
I think there are a lot of
it.
people like you who don't like those jumbo phones, who actually prefer a smaller phone, which is why the iPhone SE exists. Who's going to be turned off, but won't be able to get the latest and greatest from Apple.
Right. So the good news is that they also upgraded the iPhone 7. What did that have? Like, what is that? The image stabilization
Optical
or
image
something?
stabilization, which had only been a feature on the Plus phones for the last 2 years, finally gets it on the 7. It's a little bit of a catch-up because most phones out there have OIS as a standard feature.
What does that do, by the way?
So it removes the kind of shaky cam. When you're like moving around with video in particular, it actually keeps the video a little bit more stable, so it doesn't it's not too jumpy.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty good, and especially if you're taking photos and you're moving your hand around a little bit, it automatically kind of stabilizes, so the photo isn't blurry.
Do you see this as something that like people are gonna like run out and like want to get the phone for this?
You know what? For the dual lens camera, it's a pretty slick feature. Like it's LG has had it, HTC's had it. I kind of wish like the iPhone had it before. So
Yeah,
it's
and
kinda
everybody
nice.
has HTC and LG phones, so I guess we just answered our own question.
Well, look, whenever they roll out a feature, no one cares. When Apple rolls out the same feature,
Oh, totally.
people care.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, headphone jack. That was a really big thing.
That's a big controversy, right?
Yeah, already. So basically, they got rid of it. We're switching over to the Lightning port.
Yep.
They reminded us, too, that the Lightning port was always intended for audio as well. So I don't know.
I know they spent a good amount of time kind of justifying it. And you could tell that they were being a little defensive. The audience was pretty quiet. There weren't a lot of
That's true.
There weren't a lot of applauses for the switchover. So.
Yeah, we got rid of this thing that you might really like. You know, way to go.
You invested all your money into headphones. Those are all junk now.
Yeah. Look, they have the adapter, which is pretty lame, and I'm sure.
And then they have the wireless earbuds.
Okay.
Which the internet and Twitter have just savaged. It is not a popular thing. People just find it really ugly.
Well, why wouldn't they? Don't people that like have the Bluetooth, like the in-ear headset, like people have been making fun of those guys for years? Like, why would people look at this any differently?
You're right.
Yeah. Okay. And then another thing with the little time we have left, it's going to be this new phone, water and dust resistant.
Yeah.
So they've been continually upgrading this feature, and this is significant improvement from previous years.
This is IP67, which is the same rating that Samsung has on its Galaxy Note 7. It's Galaxy 7 phones, really. And again, this is Apple kind of playing catch up because most of the industry or a lot of big players have waterproof phones, and Apple's finally saying, "Yep, we have one too."
Okay, good for them. Well, the iPhone 7 is here, and I can't wait for next year's.
There you go. For more about Apple, check us out on CNET. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm Ben Fox Rubin.
Thanks for listening.